Food is one of the basic necessities of life. Food contains nutrients and substances essential for the growth, repair and maintenance of body tissues and for the regulation of vital processes. In Nigeria today, the rise in food inflation has become alarming as Nigerians are not finding it easy. Hello and welcome to the program Commodity Market. My name is Maimuna Bagudu. So on today's episode, we'll be looking at the rise in food prices in Nigeria, factors surrounding the increment of food prices, interactions with food vendors, and also the views of some Nigerians on what they think about the current situation of food prices in the country. But first, let's go on a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. A short and insightful documentary has been packaged on the rise in food prices in the country. Let's take a look. Food prices are surging at the fastest pace ever since the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Following the announcement by the president in his inaugural address on 29 May 2023,
subsidy. Unfortunate. The budget that I've glimpsed before I assumed office and what I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, directed its outlets nationwide to sell fuel between 480 naira and 570 naira per litre, an almost 200% increase from the initial price below 200 naira, making foodstuffs prices to be on the rise.
This fuel issue is our problem. Even though the market is helping everybody, it's helping us seriously that we cannot do without the market, but let there be reduction of fuel. The fuel is affecting us. Everything is becoming, people supposed to come from other places, people that were coming from other places stop coming because of the transportation. And when they come to buy, things are also costly for them.
What else if not the fuel increase? We are not yet settled with the 540, and before you know it is now 620. So what do you expect? The food stuff, they are being brought in with transportation. So definitely if there's hike in fuel, there will be increase in prices. So that's what we're dealing with.
The hike immediately triggered an increase in transportation fares and prices of goods and services by various percentages. Let's look at the increase in transportation, which of course is one of the reasons for the hike in foodstuffs. Some motorists and passengers shared their experiences on how the current situation in the country affects them and their businesses.
Then, when the fuel was at least 195 naira or 500 naira, in fact, I know how many trips I do run. But now, hardly, I can only go, let's just say previously, before the increment of the fuel price, I go more than 5 times, even before 12 o'clock. Now, this is almost after 2. I've not even run 3 trips. So negatively, it's affecting my business.
I work here in town, Lugbe Aziz and Gwarimpa. My transport fare from Suleja down to Abuja, I normally pay 1.7. So through and flow is about 3-4. You've not talk of the feeding, and you've not talk of other things that involve like the transport that you transport from Lugbe to other sites, or use, but also the bike also. So it's really affecting me. I don't know about that, but as for me, it's really affecting me.
The removal of the subsidy by the government, it has really had a negative influence on our well-being. I reside in Gwagwa and I school at Jabi here. And my transport from Gwagwa to Jabi when I started schooling was just 300 naira. But now for one day I pay up to 1,000 naira for transport. So it is really difficult to cope. And even in school you find it difficult to mingle with your friends because you don't have money, you don't have anything on you. Things become difficult and you are just yourself hoping for a better Nigeria.
The high cost of transportation has been identified as one of the major factors contributing to the rising cost of food across the country. Let's go back to the year 2022, precisely 5th of January, when the then CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, spoke at the first Monetary Policy Committee meeting, where he stated that transportation cost is the major cause of the surge in food inflation in Nigeria. The central bank stated that they noticed that prices at the farm gate were in line with expectations.
However, prices at the markets, where our statisticians take their survey, are high. So if prices at the markets are high, there is therefore some problems between the farm gates and the markets. So we see logistical problems, essentially bordering on transportation, essentially also bordering on maybe destruction of food produce or perishable items from farm to market.
However, prices at the marketplace is high. So far, Nigeria recorded an average of about 28.2% increase in the prices of major food items consumed in many households in the country in the last year. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, responsible for collecting, compiling, analyzing, and disseminating statistical information relating to the social economic life and conditions of the people in Nigeria, stated on the 17th of July 2023, the Nigerians' annual inflation rate rose to 22.79% in June from 22.41% in the previous month. According to the report, the food inflation rate quickened to 25.25% in June from 24.82% in May. Nigerians are still hopeful that the current situation will be watered down and things will fall back in place in no time. We've come to the end of today's episode of Commodity Market. To join us on the next episode of the program, I still remain your host, Maimuna Bagudu. Have a great day.